Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo están, amigos de Cinemex? Nos encontramos aquí con el productor Jason Blum, quien vino a la Ciudad de México a hacer una presentación especial. Hi Jason, how are you?
Hello, how
Welcome
are you?
to Mexico.
Thank you very much.
You've been doing low budget but very well received films, and you talked about what do you recommend to people to do when they are shooting a film or preparing a film. Do you remember those rules?
No stunts or special effects.
Okay.
Not too many locations, not too many speaking parts, and you got to keep the above the line at 0 or as low as you can according to scale or the guilt. I believe movies are good based on the storytelling and the acting. The special effects, the stunts, all that stuff is like dressing. What really is compelling about a movie is the story, the interaction between the characters. When you take the money away, you take the toys away. And it forces all of us, the producer, the director, everyone, to focus on the actors and the story, and I think that the crucial things to making a good movie. So I think low budgets are actually good for movies.
What do you feel attracted to when you choose a project?
When I'm choosing a movie, I don't think about, is the Academy going to recognize it or not? I have to choose it, is it saying something interesting? Is the story compelling? Is it going to be fun? It's more of those questions that I ask myself. I think one of the things that makes me a good producer is I have no desire to direct, I have no desire to write. First of all, I like doing a lot of different things. We have a lot of movies going on, a lot of TV, and the idea of like doing one thing for 12 months is horrible to me. I would hate to do that. and I really like clearing a path for our directors and letting them go. I find that's much more interesting to me than directing myself. I will never direct a movie.
I will throw you the title of a film you produced.
Okay.
Or you will produce maybe.
Yes.
And you will tell me the first word that comes to mind.
Great.
Get Out.
Fun.
Paranormal Activity.
Painful.
Whiplash.
Excruciating.
Insidious.
Fantastic.
Split.
Satisfying.
The Purge.
The best.
And Spawn?
Don't know yet.
Don't know
Hasn't
yet.
happened.
Okay,
So far,
okay.
so good.
I gave it a try.
Yeah, you
I gave it a try. What do you see or what do you expect from a director?
One of the reasons I don't want to direct, it's very complicated. You have to have a total conviction and you have to have a very, very strong vision, and you have to be able to change at the same time. You have to be dead set on doing what you're doing, but you also have to be able to course correct if you hear a better idea. It's almost impossible to do. That's why there's so many bad movies. You know, it's very, very hard to do. I look for directors who've had ups and downs in their career. If you work with a director who's done one movie that's perfect, they never listen to anybody, and it's not fun.
What would you say to them? What would you maybe like 3 tips for young aspiring filmmakers?
Yeah, I would say don't wait for permission, right? Don't wait for someone to go take your phone and go write a script that takes place in your apartment or your wherever on the street and make it. And I always say, like, don't spend 6 months on one short or 12 months on one short. Make a short, make another short, make another. You make 10 shorts, one of them's gonna, if one of those shorts of 10 is not good, do something else. It used to be you couldn't do anything unless you had the right contacts. The great thing, there are a lot of bad things about the internet. The great thing about the internet is quality eventually rises to the top much more quickly. It used to be if you wrote a great script, it could live for a long time and never get done. If you make a great short, people are going to see it. It's not so important that you find a powerful person in the movie business before you start. You'll need one once you make your great short, but that person will find you if your short is good enough.
What would you say that is the magic of the movies? What do you take every time you finish a project? What's that moment that you say, oh, this is why I'm here too?
The magic of the movie for me is the idea that you talk about something for sometimes a year, sometimes 2 years, sometimes 10 years, and it's just in the air up here. And then you film it, it's still really in the air. You have these little pieces of it, but it's still in the air. But the magic is the first time you sit down and watch the movie that you've been talking about for so long. There's nothing quite like that. Now, it doesn't always go well. Sometimes you watch it, it's nothing like you hoped it would be, and you know you have a lot of work to do. Sometimes it's better than you thought it would be. Get Out was better than I thought it would be, and you feel great. But that moment when you sit down and the idea becomes a reality on the screen is the most exciting moment for me of producing.